I am Kesten Rono, and you are welcome here for day 6 of our exploration of A Course in Miracles. Thank you again for being here, taking the time out of your day to reflect and consider the idea of love in your life and the magic that can spring forth from letting something like that in. I was reflecting on the principles of miracles we've been covering. Yesterday, we said that miracles are habits and should be involuntary. They should not be under conscious control. Consciously selected miracles can be misguided. I thought it was particularly interesting bringing up the idea of conscious control. If miracles are expressions of love, as we learned in Principle 3, and if the focus of the miracle should be its source, meaning an expression of love, source being love, and if these should be habitual and involuntary, they should not be under conscious control, then that would suggest that there is some kind of subconscious connection that we are allowed to have to love and to miracles. And that perhaps all of the ways that we've come to value or weight different experiences in our life, different ideas, are beneficial to us living such that we are, but counterintuitive to inviting a more relaxed perspective that allows for love to be energized all around us, that allows for miracles to spring from love, that allows for God to speak to us through our intuition with very specific directions, that will be provided with everything that we need. We have some kind of subconscious permission to access this. And in the exercises that we've been doing, releasing meaning and understanding from our thoughts and our upsets and items around us, we've been practicing releasing our conscious control. So today, I think it's valuable for us to consider that if we are here for a perspective change on miracles, and we want to experience their manifestations, and that once we arrive there where we can see them, the true meaning would be able to see the love from which they flow. And in order to do so justly, guided by God, rather than misguided by our allocation, our central planning of miracles themselves, we will allow the idea of love to simply become something subconscious, like our breath and our heartbeat and all of the other ways that life is regulated within us and around us. Giving up conscious control. And still being excited to take action, like we are together right now. So let's take a simple action and review Principle 6. Principle 6 reads, miracles are natural. When they do not occur, something has gone wrong. So simple. Miracles are natural. When they do not occur, something has gone wrong. So we're learning that we could consciously be selecting our miracles and misguiding whatever that is. And if miracles are not occurring, which separates them, at least right now, it appears, from our perception of them. But taking this at face value, when miracles are not occurring, something is going wrong. Miracles are natural. And that would suggest that the flow from love through miracle into life is a natural process. And if we can accept that they should be involuntary and habitual, then It's almost like we are participating in that process. And therefore, our subconscious connection or our relinquishing of conscious control into the process of miracles manifesting and our evaluation, excuse us, and our evaluation of this love is a natural process, even if we cannot understand. So, in the practice of releasing our conscious control, allow us to try on the idea that miracles are natural. And then, if we do not see them in our lives, if they're not occurring, something else has gone wrong. That the process of miracles manifesting through love is a natural part of the experience of what it means to be alive. Moving on to lesson 6. Lesson 6. I am upset because I see something that is not there. Yesterday, we admitted that we are never upset for the reason we think. And we visited the source of at least one of our upsets. When you reflected, did you find yourself angry, depressed, sad, shameful, anxious, fearful? Which upset did you allow in? What was its source? Were you able to admit that you were not that thing for the reason you thought? Today we want to consider that I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I suppose this is hinting that our fixation on something and our insistence that it is the way that we see it may be an illusion. And extrapolating that, relaxing this idea as we have in the previous exercises may bring us closer to a subconscious permission slip to allow miracles to flow forth. The exercises with this idea are very similar to the preceding ones. Again, it is necessary to name both the form of upset, anger, fear, worry, depression, and so on, and the perceived source very specifically for any application of the idea. For example, I am angry at blank because I see something that is not there. Or I am worried about blank because I see something that is not there. Today's idea is useful for application to anything that seems to upset you and can profitably be used throughout the day for that purpose. However, the 3 or 4 practice periods which are required should be preceded by a minute or so of mind searching, as before, and the application of the idea to each upsetting thought uncovered in the search. So we're going to allow ourselves to relax for a minute again, and any upsets that come up, identifying both the form and the source. For anything that comes up within that minute, we are going to apply this exercise and simply say, I am the form angry at the source because I see something that is not there. Again, if you resist applying the idea to some upsetting thoughts more than to others, remind yourself of the 2 cautions stated in the previous lesson. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. Close your eyes and try that on. Repeat after me. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them as all the same. So, considering all of your upsets, small, big, allowing them all to be equal in your mind as a disruption to your peace of mind. We can also allow ourselves to say, and please repeat after me, I regard these upsets all as the same. And that's it. We're going to practice this 3 to 4 times today. Maybe some of the same experiences that came up for you yesterday come up again today. And yesterday, we were admitting that we are never upset for the reason that we think. Today, we're going to identify our upset and its source, and we are going to say, I am fearful about not taking care of my family because I see something that is not there. When you stop this video, maybe allow yourself to go right into your first practice for the day. 1 minute of reflection of your upsets. 1 minute of understanding that they exist. 1 minute of feeling their source. 1 minute after which you reflect and give yourself permission to understand that you are this feeling about this source because you see something that is not there. Thank you for relinquishing some of your conscious control over the processes of love in your life and allowing them to flow naturally, trying that idea on and seeing what happens. May you feel the ever abundant well of love in your life welling up. I am Kesten Rono, and I'm extremely grateful that you're joining me on this journey. Please be well, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 7 of A Course in Miracles.